My name is Jada Peden, and you are now tuning into my podcast. I do not have very much housekeeping, but I hope you do not mind if I go into my rant on the culture of one space on the University of Kentucky's campus, the Active Learning Center in Willington 5 on the 3rd floor. In the back of your head, you're probably wondering what I mean by quote-unquote culture. In Webster's dictionary, they give you a definition of culture that says, the arts and the other manifestations of human intellectual achievement regarded collectivity. I feel that culture of a space is different than the culture that we typically think of or that we are told. I feel as though the culture of a space can be defined as the type of people that come into the space and also the vibe that encompasses the space. The primary purpose behind this space, the Active Learning Center, is to provide an environment for students who live in this residence hall, including peers that they invite to the space, to give them a place to go for effective learning and a place for rigorous studying. This space allows a variety of harmonies to flow within it due to the many different learning styles that occur there. My reaction to the space was like many others. I did not know if I really wanted to enter the space because of the new conditions I was in. The space made me realize that college is nothing like high school, and you are responsible for your own learning. I have never studied with a group of people that I did not know, but I am not the only student who studies in this space.
Only complete. Okay.
Yeah, this is fall answer. This assignment will not be part of your exam.
Then don't do it.
So don't, right. So why is it in here? You'll only be working with proportions on the exam, but you will need to make confidence.
I can't believe we actually did that assignment by ourselves.
Like in my soundscape, I was able to capture a group of students who were not in my class having a study session. I wanted to get a glimpse of what other people thought about the space. It was kind of hard to capture people in the space because everyone's schedule runs different. But when I did find some people to interview, I found 3 different girls with 3 different personalities who have been in the space at least once. All 3 of these girls are incoming freshmen in the fall at the university and all participants of the freshman summer program. I will let them introduce themselves.
My name is Tamara Rutledge. I'm an incoming freshman, and I'm a part of the summer freshman program.
I'm a freshman at UK. Started over. I forget what I was saying. I'm a freshman. Hi. Okay. Hi, my name is Jador Kelly. I'm a freshman at the University of Kentucky. What else was I saying? Oh, and I'm a student at FSP.
Hi, I'm Niana Weathers. I'm in FSP, and I'm a freshman.
Tamara and Iana both plan on majoring in business/accounting, and Jadora will be a music major. When I interviewed them, they were all in their chill and comfy night clothes. I tried to catch all of them off guard so that the interviews could be more organic. Like myself, many students living in the residence hall did not initially know about the space, so I asked each of them how they found out about it. How did you first find out about this space?
So one day I was going to my friend's dorm, and her dorm is right across from the space. So I just like, oh, there goes space.
I found out about you. You the one who told me about it. You went to Mary Go Baker, and I just said, we had a little study room on our floor in the back. So I just started going back there.
Honestly, I had no idea about it. I think I had seen somebody walking from the back, and I was like, your room's back there? And she was like, no, there's a room back there. And so I went back there, and I was surprised because of how big it was back there. So I didn't find out because anybody told me, like, hey, there's a study room back there.
Based off the different answers that these girls gave me, it basically tells me that the university has failed in notifying the students about these places that they can go to be proactive about getting schoolwork done. It is sort of like you must find them on your own. I feel that it is very important that students be made aware of these spaces so that they do not feel as though the library, the student center, or their rooms is the only place where they can go to be successful in school. When you think of those places, you notice that you are entering a creative vibe, not a personal one. When you go to the library, it's always quiet, but when you go to the student center, it is loud and busy with the aroma of all the many food places located there. Your room is also a vibe that is used for one too many things: sleeping, relaxing, eating, or even having sex. So ideally, your room is not the best place for you to study or to be focused. But when you think about the Active Learning Center, you create a vibe that sets you apart to be successful. Everyone has their own opinions about any new space that they enter into. I asked each of the girls what was their initial reaction when they first entered into the space. What was your initial reaction entering the space?
It was very welcoming and spacious for you to be in groups when you work together.
I liked it. I liked the vibe of it because when I went back there, nobody was back there with me, and the lights was off, and it was just like somewhere serene where I could have some quiet and focus.
Like I said, I was surprised by how big it was. I was surprised that the lobby area looked like this compared to what the back looked like. I liked how it was secluded off because, like me, a lot of people's not gonna walk all the way to the back of the hallway and see what's back there. So I liked it. I like how they have the desk and the table, and seems like a neat little area.
The Active Learning Center brings a lot of tensions within the space. It can bring a lot of tensions into the space unintentionally. For some, the fact that this is an open area, they may not be comfortable with studying around a bunch of people doing different things. For others, the window can be a distraction, and by that, I mean what's going on outside. I decided to ask the girls a series of questions that narrowed down to whether or not this was a space for them. Do you find this as a good place to study?
Yes, I do. Why? Because it's secluded from everywhere else. And people, if they see you in there studying, they won't bother you since it's like glass doors. So yeah.
I do, because when I study, I like to feel open, and with all the windows and the glass in there, you can see like the weather and everything else and how quiet and still everything looks in the background.
Oh yeah, definitely. Majority of the time, like when we aren't downstairs studying, I'm in there. So yeah, I like studying back there.
What does your study environment look like?
Ah, shit. A studying environment looks very... It looks very calm, cool, collective, organized. This is a place for you to be by yourself and do what you need to do.
I would say my environment. Sometimes it looks messy because I have all my stuff out and ready and what I'm going to do. My music is always up and loud because music helps me focus. But still, it's not a lot of moving around.
I need to be not really quiet, but I need to be quiet, basically. I need my work to be right in front of my face. I need to be able to have everything that I need in that moment. And I need to be sitting up. I need some light, preferably sunlight, natural light, but whatever works.
Does the weather ever become a distraction?
Yes, like if it's lightning and thunderstorming, it will, like I'll be able to see the lightning through the windows and then the thunder. Well, there's no trees by the window, so it won't be hitting the window, but very distracting.
Honestly, for me, no, because it helps me focus better. I like it, but that's just my preference.
I don't know. I like having the big windows because, natural sunlight. But I think naturally, whether there's a window there or not, like if it's sunny, I'm like, okay, I could be outside. But the other day it was raining and I kind of was looking out the window. So maybe it's a little bit of a distraction, but not that bad.
Everyone's learning styles are very different. Based off what I have learned from these girls, I have learned that the space fits everyone's needs. Some prefer a quiet space, some need music, some like to be organized, but some are able to work in a messier area. I really do appreciate the university for putting these rooms on each floor of Willingham 5 to really give students the opportunity to learn at their own pace. Working with this space has really helped me learn how I like to study, and it has for many other students. I hope that this podcast was informative to all listening, and I hope that it encourages you to figure out what learning looks like for you. Until next time, Jada Peden, signing off.